Hello guys, my name is Ahmed and I'm here with Sir Godwin. So Sir Godwin, today I'd like us to talk about this response. What the art Yɛ Deɛn? Now art there, they know being free. And it's funny how senior any big crowd catch up was okay, they any be on the best show the highway, then go take a look at you, like some kind of disappointment be in it. What do you think about this issue? What the art Yɛ Deɛn?
This problem is a big problem we've been facing for a long time now.
Yeah.
Art is underrated, undervalued, and people do not see the benefits of art. But I think the whole problem has to do with what they understand art to be. Because most people think that art is all about drawing and painting.
Okay.
If it is drawing and painting, what am I going to do with drawing and painting?
Yeah, that's true.
Perhaps it's only for decoration.
That's true.
But you see, art is big, art is broad, and it's not just about drawing and painting. Drawing and painting is only a small part of art,
Yeah.
but art encompasses a lot of things. Actually, everything we see today is art.
Everything.
Everything in this world is
Everything.
art.
Everything.
Whether natural or man-made, it is still art. The mountain you see is art. The water bodies is art. After we believe that it was created, right?
Yep.
So everything created is art.
Art. Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
So art is so broad. But let's come back. Let's come down to the things humans have made, man-made artworks. Now we are sitting here right now because of art. Because everything on you is art.
Definitely.
The dress, the microphone, everything on you is art. So how do we live without art? Now go back to the home, and everything at home is art. From the television through the fridge to the kitchen utensils, everything there is art.
Interesting. Fine.
Yes.
That is art. Let's say they know that that is art. But I think their problem is not even about knowing that that is art. Their problem is the money that will come out of whatever their child will do. Is it really paying? Is money out? Does money come out of art? Are artists really living a luxury life? Do they own property? Are they able to take care of their family? Maybe I think they've not even seen a rich artist before. Are they even any rich artists?
So when we put the question this way, then it means we are looking at those who have ventured into art and made themselves artists.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is where the issue is. So we are talking about, for example, painters. Are painters making money out of painting?
So
If you
painter,
ask
talking
me,
about painters, are we talking about usual painter? My mother will call a painter to come and paint the room. Are you talking about that painter?
that is just a small aspect of group of painting.
Oh, okay.
But we are talking about where murals are made, okay, where portraits are made, okay.
Yeah.
These are other painters. So there are different types of painters.
Oh, okay.
Now, whichever one we are talking about, the fact is that it is still beneficial. You can still make a lot of money out of it. It just depends on how skilled you are as a painter. Whether the room painter or the professional artist who is a painter who paints portraits and landscapes.
Okay.
It just depends on how special you create your artworks. Even in the room kind of painting, we've got many different styles today.
Yeah.
You can always upgrade yourself and become a better painter.
And I
Creating
think,
designs on the walls in someone's room. So yes, it can be financially rewarding if you do it skillfully, if you do it well.
and I think just as you said, even it's not even limited to drawing, painting. Art is broad. Talking about people who make cars, architects,
Yes.
graphic designers, these
Engineers.
billboards that we see in town we admire, these cartoons that we let even our children watch and learn from. People are
This is
capitalizing on
art.
it. Animes, video shooting, fashion,
They are
our
all art.
shoes that we buy for our
These
children.
are all art.
Interesting.
You see, so we can make a lot of money from it. In fact, we depend on art.
Art.
The productions we see, the companies we see, what they produce is art. All they produce, they are artworks. Okay? So we cannot do without art. So if your child wants to do art, the question is find out what kind of art we are talking about. Find out what kind of interest he has, what aspect of art he wants to go into, and then you know how to help that child. It's all about talent too. Maybe your child is very talented
Yeah.
in some form of art. Encourage that. Whether performing art or visual
Visual
art
art.
can be very rewarding, and we know.
So I think sometimes, we just as you said, if we are talking about the monetary aspects, financial aspect, money that we will get out of it, these are some other things that comes out of art, and you've stated them. But I think sometimes too, parents are not really educated on the fact that art is not only about money, and a child necessarily doesn't learn art to become an artist.
Exactly.
A student or a child learns art to be creative, learns how to use their mind in situations, learn to be problem solvers, critical thinkers. And I think art has these kind of mechanisms in it that helps children to develop that. If you find yourself in bank, if you really learned art and took it seriously, you'll be very creative. As a good lawyer, you have to be creative. As a doctor, you have to be creative. So
Exactly.
wherever you find yourself, creativity is undoubtedly something that you need.
True.
So I think parents have not really gotten this kind of
Education.
benefit, yeah, or education that their children are supposed to get. So now, as a teacher, I know you might have experienced a lot. You might have seen a learner who has a potential, but because of maybe my parent doesn't want me to do art, and how do you feel, and what do you think should be done about it?
You see, I actually feel sad when I find out that this girl, this boy, this student of mine who is very talented in this field of art is not supported. Is actually even scolded when seen doing art at home.
Wow.
When showcasing his or her talent at home, scolded and asked to stop and focus on maybe becoming a doctor, a banker. I have a situation like that. This girl is good in the performing arts field, not so good when it comes to
Other subjects.
other subjects,
Yeah.
okay, but very good in performing arts. Yet, her people want her to be a banker. How?
Interesting.
So she may not be good in maths. You want her to be a banker. How? Not acknowledging and recognizing what she's good in. So she feels sad because she can see the danger she's getting into.
She's getting into.
You want me to become a banker, but I'm not cut out for it. I'm not good at it. So I'll probably even fail attempting
That's
to be a banker.
That's true.
And yet, what I'm very good at, I am not supposed to pursue. It is very bad. We should stop doing that. We really should stop doing that because it is not helping the society. So we come out um, with people who do not really do much in terms of benefiting the economy because they are even doing work they are not enjoying. And whenever you do a work you don't enjoy, you don't do it well.
Yeah. So imagine
You don't do it well.
someone who has been forced into to be a doctor and is even a surgical doctor operating on someone who doesn't even have interest in what he's doing, and the person is there.
No joy.
Imagine the kind of casualty or the kind
In situations like that, what they do is chew and pour.
yeah.
Yes, so they're going to chew and pour, and that is all they can do. So there is no creativity attached to it.
Interesting. Yeah.
You see, but where the person is doing something he loves, something he's talented in, that is where creativity will be displayed and excellence will showcase.
So I know you yourself, you're an artist.
Yes.
So did you even experience that kind of rebellion or rebuke from parent that okay, art the other I made my own art or something like that?
So the problem is this. I think it starts very early. a child can identify his talents.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that child may not have the mentor, that kind of mentorship to help him grow in that field. It is such that even the parents may not even recognize that talent that child has got.
Yeah.
In my case, I was very good with building things, working with my hands. But I didn't have any mentorship. I didn't get any support. Nobody, my parents did not see what I was good in.
Yeah.
You understand? So I didn't get any guidance to help me
Build.
nurture
Yeah.
this talent
Interesting.
and use it in life later. So everything is done in a hard way. Fortunately, I'm
Buga
still an
buga.
artist.
Buga buga.
Fortunately, I'm still an artist.
Yeah.
Okay. But it took a very long time to see the potential and perhaps to work with it. Had it started earlier as a child, then I would have been better than perhaps I am now. You get it? It would have helped me better than it is helping me now. So that is one problem we should
Yeah.
work
I
on.
think so.
Identify the talents or the abilities of your child in whichever field and helping that child to focus and achieve and grow with that kind of talent. It will help. Other than that, we'll continue to produce people who are not committed to a certain job, and yet that is what they are forced to do. And so the productivity will be low.
Interesting.
Again, like you have said, just because my child is studying art does not mean he's going to become a painter or someone who draws. It is very big.
Yeah.
Now, there are companies producing artworks, but not all workers over there producing or helping the company are artists.
That's true.
The workers there are not artists,
That's
but the company produces artworks.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So there's a difference. Let's not make it look like art is just about drawing and
Yeah,
painting.
painting.
No, there is more to it. But then again, we've got to understand that, see, if there is no art, there is no life. Because even the human being is an artwork.
Interesting.
Yes, you sitting here, you are a work of art for whoever made you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if you are a work of art, how can you disrespect art? Without art, you don't exist.
True.
We have got elements of art, the colors, the lines, and so on. And everything in this world is full of these elements of art. So take art out,
And there will be nothing.
and there will be nothing.
Interesting. Interesting. This has been a very interesting conversation. So, as Sir Godwin said, without art, there's no life. And one interesting point he said is take the elements of art out, and there will be nothing. The colors, the lines, there will be nothing to see. So, please, art shouldn't be disrespected. And to our parents out there, art is not just about even making money. If it's about money, there are people making money. But aside that, it creates geniuses, people who are creative, critical thinkers, and problem solvers. This is what art seeks to do. So, art is just the manifestation of what the learners have learned from creative art. So, please, parents out there, allow our children to pursue their dreams and careers.